Today is June 21st, 2019. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Lavona Shoemaker in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and you live in Sallisaw.
Right.
Ma'am, where were you born?
Sallisaw,
Sallisaw.
out in the boonies,
And when's your birthday?
25th of January, 39. You see, I'm military all the way.
Yes, yes. Who is your father?
Orval, O-R-V-A-L, Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Mhm.
And your mother?
Josephine Brooks,
Brooks.
B-R-O-O-K-S.
Did you go through school in Sallisaw?
Yes, I did.
You graduated what year?
1958,
1958.
May. Don't ask me the day, I don't remember.
Who was your favorite teacher?
Mrs. Dickey or Mrs. Green, I don't remember.
Why were they your favorites?
They was a little more energetic. You felt like you learned something. Mrs. Green made history come alive. Mrs. Dickey was more or less an English
Yes.
teacher.
What type of work did your father do?
He was a so-called farmer.
Farmer.
Yeah.
What chores did you do on the farm?
I think I had those cows, but gather eggs. I don't know, a little bit of everything, I guess. I hadn't even thought about that.
Did you play sports in high school?
No, we wasn't allowed to.
Oh. Okay.
Well, to tell the truth, my father was a selfish dictator, chauvinist.
Yeah.
So, and that'll be in the papers for him to find all his grandchildren to find out,
Yeah.
or great grandchildren.
What did you do for recreation in high school?
Nothing. I'd go fishing when I was at home. When we wasn't in school.
Yeah.
And we'd go. Probably not too far from the house was a pond, and I would go over there to fish. And we caught and ate the fish, whatever we
Yeah.
caught.
What type of crops do you raise on the farm?
Corn, I guess.
Corn. Did you work in the cornfields?
I did some, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah, okay. What did you do after high school?
Joined the Army,
When did you join the Army?
June 1958. My sister and I both joined that same day.
Okay. You recall the date you joined?
No, I don't.
Okay. What's your sister's name?
Huh?
What's your sister's name?
Robbie,
Robbie? Okay. Is she older or younger?
younger than me,
Okay.
14 months.
Now, why did you join the Army or the Navy, Marines, or Air Force?
The Army came out. They had a woman recruiter and a man recruiter that came out.
Mhm.
And I think my father thought he was going to get a nice allotment. You see what I...
Yes. Where'd you go for your basic training?
Fort McClellan.
Fort McClellan. Tell me about basic.
I don't know. It was different because we wasn't allowed to go anywhere. We lived out in the country. Most of the time didn't have a car. We went to town by wagon. You know, a couple of mules took us to town.
Yeah.
So it was kind of different being away from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you said you went to town by wagon.
Yeah.
But you have mules?
Yeah.
What are the name of your mules?
June and what? I don't remember the other mule name.
Did you take care of the mules?
No. No. No.
What were the main stores in Sallisaw in those years?
There was Mayo. It was a general store, and
You said it was Mayo?
Mayo.
Mayo, M-A-Y-O?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of things I don't remember
Yeah, okay.
because we didn't get to town that much.
Yeah. Tell me about basic training.
It was different, as I say, and you know, really, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I went through basic twice.
You did?
Yeah, because when I got out from my first enlistment, I was out about 5 years, and I wasn't finding anything to really do, so I'd re-up again,
Okay.
join, and they made me go back through basic training.
So when you joined in '58, what type of training did you have in basic?
Well, we got, my sister and I both was clerks. We didn't know anything, but, didn't realize we could get something,
Yeah.
a better job. And I don't think I really knew that too much when I joined again. But
Could you tell me the difference between basic for the men and basic for the women? Was there a difference?
there was a difference, because the women in their barracks, after we got to our permanent duty station, the women had pianos in their day room and things like that, and the men didn't have it. And when they consolidated, men and women lived in the same barracks, but on different floors.
Yeah.
You didn't have a piano in a rec room like the women did. But a lot of that I don't remember a whole lot about.
Did you go on bivouac in basic?
Yes, I think we did. Yeah.
Tell me about bivouac. What
I
did you-
don't remember. See, I'm a poor.
How long basic last?
Seems like it was 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Seems like it.
Tell me about your drill sergeants.
They were pretty tough women, just different from what I was used to.
Yes. So what type of inspections did you have in basic?
We had to keep everything clean. I know I used to get up after basic training. I know I would get up in the morning and I would make sure the floor was good and clean and different things like that. Things that I wouldn't do nowadays.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't get up and down.
Yeah. After basic, where'd you go?
Fort MacArthur, California.
Fort
San
MacArthur.
Pedro.
Okay, San Pedro, California.
Yeah.
What'd you do there?
I was a file clerk.
Fire clerk.
Yeah. And I wasn't there that long. From there, got orders to Japan. Yeah, it was kind of nice. My mother had 2 brothers and a sister that lived out there. And they would come and get us. My sister and I was stationed together all the
Okay.
way through. And they would come and get us when we had a pass, a weekend pass, and it was kind of nice to do something different. And I know we went to, a lot of times the girls from the barracks would go down to San Pedro, mainly just walk, I guess walk in the streets really, or even to the beach. And I know one time some guy came along and gave us all a ride, and after we got out of the car, everybody wanted to know who knew this guy. Nobody knew. And one of the ladies told him that we was shopping for sailors. As far as I know, we had kind of a dull life, but the barracks was, had the wall petitions. I'm looking around to see if they had anything that looked like that in here, but and there was 3 of us to a cubicle. I can't even say that word anymore.
A cubicle?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
How long were you at Fort MacArthur?
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah,
Then you went to Japan.
yeah.
How'd you go to Japan?
Ship, and don't ask me the name of the ship. U.S. Man stands in my mind, because we went by ship and came back by ship, and I was seasick both ways.
Oh.
Coming back, we didn't even clear the breakwaters, and I was sick. So,
You left the States from what port?
Seattle.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Tell me about the trip to Japan.
As I say, I was seasick, and we went through a typhoon going over. But all I know about it was there was, debris on the decks when we got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of ship was the USS Man?
I guess it was some kind of troop carrier.
Troop carrier? What were your quarters on the ship?
I don't even remember that. There was a group of women in the room together.
Yeah.
Bunk beds, I guess.
Were the bunks stacked or
Yeah, I think so.
how high?
I don't remember.
Okay.
See, that's a long time ago.
How'd you pass the time on the trip?
I don't even remember that.
Were you seasick the whole way?
No, no, finally got over it. Yeah.
When you were leaving Seattle on the ship, what were you thinking?
I don't even know. I know when we docked in Yokohama, I was really surprised seeing those little men with white shirts, black pants, and flip-flops, that was unloading the luggage or cargo. Yeah. And I cannot remember studying a thing about Japan in high school. If we did, I sure didn't remember it.
Where were you based in Japan?
Zama.
Zama. Camp Zama?
Yeah, Camp Zama.
Okay. Where is Camp Zama located?
Oh, Sagami-Hara is a place that sticks in my mind, but that was a housing area for the dependents, and
Was it near Tokyo?
it was fairly close to Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do in Japan?
I was a telephone operator. We just, not really a telephone operator. Mainly we booked calls for different people to the States or some other places. The Japanese did most of the operating. And one thing that really surprised me, the windows would start rattling, and those Japanese women would jump up from the switchboard having fits, because that was a sign of earthquake. And the barracks that we lived in, over my bed, the light would just go like this, when it was shaking.
Yeah. What were you thinking when that was going on?
I know what I was thinking one time when I had to go at nighttime to work, which wasn't that far. I nearly ran because I could just remember a movie I had seen as a child where the earth was split open, Yeah.
So, describe the barracks you stayed in.
There, I don't remember, was there 2 or 4 of us in the same room?
Okay. So you had rooms in the barracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the reaction of the local people to you in Japan?
I don't know. I know one thing, when I was going to get on one of their trains, somebody behind me more or less put me on there. Rush hour traffic, and those people are strange. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I know I had a dressmaker while I was there. That, you could show them anything, a picture of anything you wanted, and select the material, and they would make it for you.
What was your average day as a telephone operator?
I don't even remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I got to go TDY to Tokyo during that time.
What'd you do in Tokyo?
We was telephone operators. But I don't even remember. I know going up there.
What unit were you assigned to?
I don't remember. I was a Women's Army Corps at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a different part of the Army.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When I re-enlisted, it was DENTAC.
Is what?
DENTAC.
DENTAC.
Yeah, dental.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you in Japan?
Less than 3 years, because we was on a 3-year enlistment, and they shipped us back before our enlistment was up.
What's your most vivid memory of Japan?
To me, to my eyesight, it looked dirty. But to the pictures that I took, it looked clean.
Had Japan pretty well been rebuilt from the war?
I guess it had.
Yeah.
But you could hear loud speakers sometimes from the Japanese community going. I don't know what they were saying. Yeah.
So you were in Japan, less than 3 years?
Yes.
And you came back?
More or less. It seemed like 21 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do anything besides telephone operator?
No, not there.
Okay. Then you Tell me about the trip home.
Well, it was uneventful. I say it didn't breaks, whatever. We was still about near Import when I got seasick.
The break
I
one.
remember having a peanut butter and something sandwich for lunch, and that's stuck with me because it came back up on the way before we cleared the breakwater.
On the ship, going over and coming back, what did they tell you to do in case the ship was sinking?
I don't remember them saying anything about it.
What were you going to do?
Huh?
What were you going to do?
I don't think I even thought about it. I don't even remember anything.
And the ship landed where?
Oakland.
Oakland.
I think it was Oakland.
When you first saw the coastline of the U.S., what were you thinking?
I don't even remember thinking it. I think probably was happy to get home.
Yeah. What did you do in Oakland?
Probably caught a bus out of there as soon as we got our discharge papers.
So you were discharged then?
I
And
think
do you
so.
recall when you were discharged?
It was May of whatever 3 years is, 61?
61?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do after you got your discharge?
Well, I think I went down to see, did I go see my mother's brothers and sisters or catch a bus home? I must have caught the bus home with my sister.
To Salisaw.
Yes.
Okay. Was your sister discharged with you?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
And she got married when she got back. Because she met her future husband there, and they wanted to get married over there. And his commanding officer said he would see that he got discharged early if he would wait until they got back to the States. Because then you had to ask for permission to get married. And he was a Marine anyway. He was stationed at Atsugi Navy Air Station.
Okay. In Japan?
Yes.
Yes.
And one thing I remember about Japan, the women, Army Corps, took their women out on culture tours. I guess that's what you would call them.
Yeah.
And one of them, we went to see the Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one, which really, we went to the gas chamber at the Navy Air Station. And then we went through, got to take a tour of the caves or the tunnels that the Japanese was building during the war. And the walls was as straight up and down as the wall over here. And the Navy or Marines had went in and they had gravelled the floor, more or less, where it wouldn't be muddy.
And where were these caves?
Underneath Atsugi Air Station.
Okay. Well, what air station?
Atsugi.
Sugi?
Atsugi.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
Sugi.
I'm not it's not too far from Camp Zama.
Okay.
And the housing area, no, I'm not sure. They said the caves, tunnels, and there had enough space to contain all the dependents that they had over at Sagami housing area, Sagami-yama. And another thing we did, I forgot a lot of things. My sister and I guess it was our two roommates, Martha and I can't remember the other girl's name, Martha Puff, and I can't remember the other woman's name. Maybe it was just Martha and Robbie and me. Anyway, we decided we was going on a trip and we was go to climb Mount Fuji. But we didn't make it. We wasn't that good shape. But we did go and try to do that.
Did you get to Kyoto?
Yes, we did.
Tell me, what do you think of Kyoto?
I don't remember. I know I went to Kyoto, and it's a reverse the letters around. You spell Tokyo.
Yes. It was the ancient capital of Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 1958, that's over 60 years ago.
So what did you do when you got your discharge?
well, came home. My sister, ex-husband came. He's the ex now.
Yeah.
And they got married in the Catholic church, little Catholic church, and her and him caught the bus to Connecticut. She married one of those type of people.
Yeah.
And I went to California with this uncle and aunt, and job hunt and drew unemployment, and then came back and got a job at Fort Smith at the Goldman Hotel. I couldn't get a factory job. They was hiring, but I was too short, you know. And I worked there for a while, and then I went back in the military.
When did you join the Army again?
I think in 1966.
1966.
And I don't remember what month.
Okay. And so you had to go through basic again?
Yes,
Where?
Fort McClellan.
McClellan.
That was the time the women all went to Fort McClellan.
Yes. So how did that basic compare to your first basic?
It was easy.
Did your drill sergeants, were easy on you because you'd been through basic before?
I don't think they were.
Okay.
I know I helped some people on studying, but I don't remember being that hard on me or anything, making any difference. The only thing, I got more money than everybody else.
Yeah. What was your rank at that time?
Private again.
Private.
Yeah.
And how long did that basic last?
Must have been 8 weeks
8
again.
weeks.
And then I went to Fort Sam Houston to be a dental assistant.
Now, did you have to go to school to be a dental assistant?
Yes, I did.
At Fort Sam Houston?
Right.
Okay. Tell me about your dental school.
Well, you know, you had to learn how to count teeth, all the tools that that the doctor would be asking for. And it's all foreign to me because I didn't have that good a science background.
How long did your dental school last?
I'm not sure if it was 8 or weeks or longer. I just don't remember.
And you were training to do what?
To assist the doctor, you know. Mainly be his cleanup,
Okay.
you know, sterilize instruments and assist in surgery, dental surgery, that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after your dental school, where'd you go?
Walter Reed,
Walter Reed.
yeah.
What'd you do at Walter Reed?
I worked in the dental clinic there.
What'd you do?
I assisted a doctor that did root canals. Is that his main thing? And assisted doctors that put in routine fillings. And I know one night I got stuck to assist a doctor that was doing surgery after hours. And I don't know about the patient, if he was active duty or retired, but they did a full mouth extraction on him, and that stuff smelled so terrible. Yeah, he had cancer.
Yeah.
That's why I don't remember if it was, you know, if he was retired or what. Because at that time, the dental clinics would do retirees if they came in and wanted their teeth taken care of.
Now, were you getting troops from Vietnam at this time at Walter Reed?
I think we was. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 'cause I worked in the clinic. I know why now all at once. One things seem kind of different because I worked in 2 different clinics there at Walter Reed. They had a clinic that did, because I went to school, back to school and became a dental hygienist. Wish I couldn't get a job on the outside,
yeah.
but and I worked in a different clinic on that compound, Walter Reed compound. And the first time, before I went TDY to Fort Sam, I worked in the hospital, the main hospital, and those Vietnam veterans, they would hot ride it down the hallways on their wheelchair, and they had instead of stairs, they had ramps going down that you take to go to the other floor, up or down, walking up and down.
What was their attitude, these guys in Vietnam?
It varied, I think. There was, I know the young doctor I worked with when I was, before I went to dental hygienist school was, somebody told him that they put bleach in the water, so much bleach, and when they, when this patient left, he took and poured bleach in the cup and added so much water, and to see how it tastes, to drink it, you know, to purify it. Yeah. Yeah.
What'd they do to him?
Huh?
What'd they do to him?
Oh, it didn't hurt him. But he decided to try it. And I remember I assisted him on his, when he did a root canal and went in up here underneath the lip, pulled the lip up, and went in and did an incision and cut off the apex of the tooth. And I nearly fainted because I started looking at him taking that blade across, you know, to cut the tissue. Because it's something you don't do in everyday life. But
You at Walter Reed how long?
I was there, I know one time I was assigned there 4 years, must have been about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I re-enlisted, and I went to Fort Madigan General Hospital outside Fort Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember, I think I must have been at Madigan, which I didn't work on Madigan. I worked on Fort Lewis. I must have been there about 2 years or 3 years, and I got orders back to Fort McClellan. I shouldn't say Fort McClellan. I was on orders for Fort McClellan, but when I re-enlisted for Fort Lewis, I got a nice bonus that I got so much every year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I had, personnel had orders on me, sending me to Fort McClellan as a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
And I know I called my friend Jane up. Her and her twin sister had joined the military, and they both was in dental, and I met them at Walter Reed or Fort Sam Houston. Anyway, I think I met them down Fort Sam Houston. And they got assigned to Walter Reed, too. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I called Jane up because I was told she was on the same orders to go to Fort McClellan. And she also had just re-enlisted with a nice bonus. And they couldn't send us because we had a MOS that was needed.
Yeah.
So we didn't, and nobody told us otherwise. Nobody told Jane that she was on orders, and she was right there in D.C. But
Now Walter Reed is in Washington, D.C.?
yes, it is. Yeah. On one side of the street is, I can't think of the name of the street now. 16th Street is on one side of it, and where the other side? And when I was there, assigned there, I lived all post. I had an apartment across the street from Walter Reed. Mm-hmm. And before that, I lived in the barracks at Forest Glen, Maryland.
Where?
Forest Glen.
Forest Glen.
It was an old girls' school that was converted into a convalescent hospital for veterans. And they had a lot of Vietnam veterans there. Mm-hmm. And the women had their own barracks there, too.
Any of these patients you worked on stand out in your memory?
Just one guy that the doctor and I both was surprised about. Seemed like he was a black guy. I'm not really sure. And he received some kind of blows to his face in Vietnam, and probably missing some limbs. Anyway, he was in a wheelchair, And the doctor said something about this guy came to see us all the time. And he said he seen him getting ready to go across the street in the instead of riding the wheelchair, he got out and pushed it across to go to the bank, I guess. Yeah. But just the ones that would go down the ramps racing their wheelchair, which they did quite a bit.
Now, when you joined in '66, it was no longer the Women's Army Corps, was it?
Oh, yeah, it sure was, I believe. I know in 1970 or somewhere like that, they changed everything up and we got consolidated with the men. Yeah.
Did you tour around Washington, D.C., tour all the monuments and everything?
Yeah, but I don't remember them all.
Yeah.
I know where my home was.
Where?
Library of Congress, the archives, and then if I had a day off in the middle of the week, the AR library, because I'm doing family research.
Yes.
And I just went wild there.
DAR library. Yes.
Yeah.
So are you in the DAR now?
No, they're too expensive for me.
Yeah.
And I don't like paperwork.
Yeah, okay.
But my father has an ancestor, James Ball, B-A-L-L. He was with George Washington in Valley Forge.
Yeah. So
But you know something, you tell the younger people your ancestors was here in time to fight the Redcoats. They have no idea what you're talking about.
I know.
You know, they're stupid.
Yes.
Or they're not learning anything in school.
That's right.
And they don't know how to read handwriting.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yesterday's edition of the Fort Smith paper had an article about these kids don't know how to read.
They don't read cursive. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
I didn't even know what the word cursive meant until I started hearing about they can't read it.
How long are you in the Army?
A little over 20 years, long enough to retire.
And when did you retire?
I think it was September '83.
September 83.
I know it was September, but '83, I think.
What did you do after you retired?
Became a bum.
Moved back to Sallisaw?
Yes. And I took, more or less moved in with my mother and took care of her.
Yeah.
She lived to be in her 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you done since you retired besides taking care of your mother?
Well, I volunteer at the Mormon Library once a week. I'm not a member.
Yep.
And I volunteer once a month at the Fort Smith Library. I was a member of the Genealogical Society. The two genealogical societies they had over Sequoyah County, but they all folded up. Too many people dying off. And I'm a member of the Historic Society of Sequoyah County. We compiled that book she has laying over there.
Would you join the Army again?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I like being able to sleep in if I want to.
Yes. I'd like to do a word association. I'll give you some words and you give me your reaction.
Okay.
The first one is basic training.
Different.
USS Man.
Chauvinist. Oh, you mean that
The ship, the ship.
Okay. I thought you meant a real man. I don't really have enough to say about
Okay. Japan.
it. Everything's different to me, I think. But it was kind of a culture shock.
Camp Zama.
It was all right. My sister and I parted with, I think, $35 and bought our mother a 12-piece serving of Nate China while we was there in the PX.
Yeah.
I think we parted with $35 or $50. I don't remember which, because it cost $15 to ship it back to Oklahoma.
Dental school.
It was a little hard, interesting.
Walter Reed.
It's nice. I was there during the riots, too.
You were.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about that.
Well, I had just gotten our apartment off base, and we was confined to barracks, or more or less. We caught the shuttle bus back and forth from Forest Glen to Walter Reed, but we could not go off post. I could go off post at noontime to go over to my apartment. I run over there. I had the phone was installed, everything, and I could not move in. And they just really destroyed six. I can't remember that street name. Anyway, this one street that I lived on, was on the north side of Walter Reed. A lot of the area was destroyed between Walter Reed and down to Pennsylvania Avenue
Why did they have the riots?
because King got killed.
Oh, Martin Luther King.
Yeah, and I should tell you about my roommates that I had there at Forest Glen. I had two roommates in this one room, and I woke up, and this one roommate, this great big woman, and she was standing over me. I was in bed, and I don't know something about her. I think she was a little different. I complained, and the first sergeant moved me into a room where there was a black girl and a white girl, and the black girl had just threw a lamp at the other white. There was a third girl in there, yeah. And there was a hole in the wall of where my bed was going to be. But I guess I should have been scared moving in with Rose and Martha, but Rose and I got along fine, and she was the one that threw the lamp. And she worked on the psych ward. Mm-hmm. And she said that she would play cards with these Vietnam veterans mm-hmm. that was on the ward. And she said, there was one guy that his complaint was he could feel these bugs crawling on him. And there was nothing there, but it probably was his nerves healing. But they had him on the psych ward. She didn't feel like there was anything wrong with him.
What'd you do during the riots?
Nothing. Just stayed on post, except at noontime when a couple of times I ran over to my apartment one room, more or less 2 rooms apartment.
Mm-hmm. Dwight Eisenhower.
Well, he was a patient at Walter Reed, and he seen him come in when I was working in the other clinic, and he waved at everybody. Yeah.
John Kennedy.
I don't know, some Catholic guy that.
Yeah. Lyndon Johnson.
I didn't care for him.
Mm-hmm. Richard Nixon.
He wasn't that great either. He more or less has done us in with China, mm-hmm. as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. How do you want to be remembered?
I don't know.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Yes. I attended a meeting that they had after I retired. There was a bunch of female veterans having a meeting up, I think, Shakota or Henrietta. I believe it was Henrietta. Anyway, my sister and I went to the meeting. Mm-hmm. And there was one lady, she was from the Second War, and she said she joined the American Legion, paid her dues and everything, and then got a phone call from them telling them that they was taking her membership money and applying it for her husband to have a membership in the American Legion because they didn't want her in there. It's double standards.
Well, ma'am, this is an excellent interview.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview.
You didn't ask me about Europe.
Oh, did you go to Europe?
Yeah, I went to Germany.
Oh, what'd you do there?
Dental hygienist.
Where?
Karlsruhe.
Karlsruhe.
And Heidelberg.
What was the reaction of the German people to you?
Believe it or not, in a 6 months' time, I was asked if I was a German. Yeah, there was a missionary that came in to the church on Post, and he thought I was German. And then I went on a tour, and the tour guide thought I was German. And then when I was in Israel, those Arabs that would try and get money from everybody, selling everybody something, thought I was German. And I thought, did I blend in that well with them or what? Of course, my father said we was German, but we're not that much German.
Now, what unit were you attached to in Germany?
Dentac.
Dentac.
Dentac. Anywhere I went after I became, it was Dentac.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Well, again, this is June 21st, 2019. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Lavona Shoemaker in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Thank you.
I'm not out of Muskogee.
Yeah.
Even if my mother was born in here and my grandparents got married here in January 1907, before it was Oklahoma, it was in IT.
Indian Territory.
Yeah. Nearly became Sequoia
The
State.
state of Sequoia, yes.
Yeah.
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 They wanted to get two states at one time. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
There.